Growing up in a modest household in Cincinnati, Ohio, Doris Day was born on April 3, 1922, to a music teacher and a homemaker. Her family had a deep appreciation for music, which played a significant role in her early life. As a child, she took dance lessons and sang in local choirs, showcasing her talent from a young age. The influence of her mother, who encouraged her artistic pursuits, was crucial in shaping her love for performance. During her teenage years, Doris faced challenges when her parents divorced, but she remained focused on her dreams. She began working as a big band singer, which allowed her to gain valuable experience and exposure to the entertainment industry. Her big break came when she was discovered by a talent scout while performing with the Les Brown Band. This opportunity led to her first recording contract and eventually to a successful career in film and music. Mentors like Les Brown and other musicians helped guide her, providing support and encouragement as she navigated the early stages of her career. Doris Day's early influences, from her family background to her mentors, laid the foundation for her remarkable journey in show business. Doris Day was a famous actress and singer known for her bright personality and talent. She starred in many popular films, especially in the 1950s and 1960s. Out of the many legendary works she has done, which one do you believe defined her career? Some people think of her role in Pillow Talk as a standout moment, while others might point to her work in Calamity Jane. Doris Day was not just an actress, she was also a passionate animal rights activist. Are there any lesser-known facts or anecdotes about her that fascinate you? For example, she had a love for animals that led her to start her own animal foundation. Many fans cherish their memories of her films and music. What is your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this classic star? We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Keep watching this video because there are many funny, shocking and sad facts coming up. Growing up in a modest home in Cincinnati, Doris Day found her love for music and performance at a young age. As a child, she would listen to her mother sing and often joined in, captivated by the joy that music brought to their lives. One pivotal moment came when she was just a teenager. After a leg injury ended her dreams of becoming a professional dancer, she turned to singing. She began performing in local clubs, where her talent quickly caught the attention of a bandleader. This opportunity led to her first big break when she recorded her first song, Sentimental Journey, which became a huge hit. The thrill of performing and the applause from the audience ignited a fire within her. Each performance fueled her desire to pursue acting and singing as a career. The combination of her love for music and the excitement of being on stage solidified her path in the entertainment industry, leading her to become one of the most beloved stars of her time. Doris Day was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. She came from a modest family. Her father was a music teacher and her mother was a homemaker. Doris had a passion for music and dance from a young age. She began taking dance lessons when she was just 10 years old. This early interest in performing led her to join in a local dance group. As a teenager, she faced challenges when a car accident injured her leg, which temporarily halted her dance career. However, she did not give up. Instead, she turned to singing and found success on the radio. Her big break came when she recorded Sentimental Journey, which became a hit and launched her career in music. Doris Day's early experiences shaped her into a talented performer. Her family supported her ambitions, and her determination helped her overcome obstacles. These influences laid the foundation for her successful career in film and music, making her a beloved figure in entertainment. Facing financial struggles early in her career, Doris Day worked hard to make a name for herself in a challenging industry. Growing up in a modest household, she often had to find creative ways to support her family. After her parents' divorce, she took on various jobs, including dancing and singing, to help make ends meet. Despite her talent, Many in the film industry were skeptical of her potential. They doubted that a singer could successfully transition to acting. However, Doris did not let this discourage her. Instead, she focused on honing her skills, taking acting classes, and performing in small roles to gain experience. Her big break came when she landed a role in the film Romance on the High Seas. This opportunity allowed her to showcase her singing and acting talents. With determination, she proved her critics wrong, quickly becoming a beloved star. Doris Day's resilience and ability to adapt to challenges helped her rise above the obstacles she faced, paving the way for a successful career in Hollywood. In Julie, Doris Day plays Julie Benton. A notable moment in the film is when her mother, Alma Sophia von Kappelhoff, is seen briefly playing cards with Barry Sullivan at the golf course clubhouse. This adds a personal touch to the film, connecting Doris to her family. In the Doris Day Show, she stars as Doris Martin. In the Season 3 opener titled Doris Finds an Apartment, a sheepdog named Lord Nelson escapes from the apartment and runs into city traffic. An uncredited Ellen Corby appears in a close-up as the driver who honks at both the dog and Doris Day. This scene highlights the show's blend of humor and everyday life. In Teacher's Pet, Doris Day takes on the role of Erica Stone. Mami Van Doren later commented on their relationship during filming, stating that Doris was cold to her. Despite this, they later posed together at the film's premiere, showing a different side to their interaction. These moments reflect the complexities of Doris Day's career and her relationships with co-stars. Doris Day's career had several breakthrough moments that shaped her legacy in Hollywood. One significant turning point was her role in the film Pillow Talk in 1959. This romantic comedy showcased her charm and comedic talent, earning her an Academy Award nomination. Critics praised her performance, noting how she brought a fresh, vibrant energy to the screen. Peers like Rock Hudson, her co-star, admired her professionalism and ability to connect with audiences. Another landmark moment came with her work in Calamity Jane, where she not only acted but also sang memorable songs like Secret Love. This film solidified her status as a leading lady and a talented singer. Collaborators often spoke of her dedication and work ethic, which inspired those around her. In the 1960s, her transition to television with the Doris Day Show allowed her to reach a new audience, further cementing her influence in entertainment. Critics noted how she maintained her wholesome image while tackling more complex themes. Throughout her career, Doris Day's ability to blend music, comedy, and drama left a lasting impact on the industry, making her a beloved figure in American culture. In Julie, Doris Day played the role of Julie Benton. Initially, the writers considered Anne Francis for the part. However, Martin Nelcher, Day's husband and manager, brought Doris into the project due to her strong box office appeal. In Move Over, Darling, Day portrayed Ellen Wagstaff Arden. She revealed in her 1975 autobiography that she suffered from cracked ribs during filming. This injury forced her to wear a lot of tape and bandages under her costumes, making it hard to breathe and laugh. In the Doris Day Show, she played Doris Martin. Her contract with CBS for this series was groundbreaking, with her production company receiving millions upfront. This deal was arranged by Melcher, who passed away unexpectedly in April 1968, just before the show premiered. After his death, Day discovered she had not agreed to the show. It turned out that Melcher and their lawyer had mismanaged her finances, leaving her in significant debt despite her successful career in film and music. Doris Day approached her work with a blend of sincerity and charm that resonated deeply with audiences. Her creative process often involved immersing herself in the character she portrayed, allowing her to bring authenticity to her roles. Day's background in music influenced her acting style, as she often infused her performances with a melodic quality, making her characters feel relatable and warm. Her personal experiences, including her early struggles in the entertainment industry, and her love for animals shaped her worldview and reflected in her choice of roles. Day often played strong, independent women, which mirrored her own resilience and determination. The optimism and joy she exuded on screen were not just performances. They were a reflection of her belief in the goodness of people and the importance of love and friendship. This unique blend of personal insight and artistic expression made her work timeless, allowing her to connect with audiences across generations. Her legacy continues to inspire those who appreciate the power of positivity in storytelling. Doris Day faced many challenges in her life, including struggles with substance abuse and addiction. Despite her successful career as an actress and singer, she dealt with personal issues that affected her well-being. Day experienced the pressures of fame, which often led to stress and anxiety. To cope, she sometimes turned to alcohol and prescription medications. This reliance on substances created a cycle of dependency that was hard to break. In addition to her battles with addiction, Day faced difficulties in her personal relationships. She went through multiple marriages, each ending in divorce, which added to her emotional struggle. The pressures of maintaining her public image while dealing with private pain took a toll on her mental health. Day eventually sought help and worked towards recovery. She became an advocate for animal rights, channeling her energy into causes she cared about. This shift helped her find purpose and healing. Her journey reflects the complexities of life, showing that even those in the spotlight can face significant challenges. Doris Day made a significant impact on the film industry through her unique blend of talent, charm, and strong screen presence. Her roles in romantic comedies and musicals during the 1950s and 1960s set a standard for female leads, showcasing a blend of innocence and independence. Industry experts often highlight how her performances in films like Pillow Talk and Calamity Jane influenced the portrayal of women in cinema, moving away from traditional damsel-in-distress roles to more complex characters who were both relatable and aspirational. Her ability to convey warmth and humor while tackling serious themes resonated with audiences, paving the way for future actresses to explore similar roles. Critics have noted that Day's singing career also contributed to the popularity of movie musicals, inspiring a generation of performers to embrace both acting and singing. Many contemporary actresses cite her as a major influence, admiring her ability to balance career and personal life with grace. Day's legacy continues to inspire filmmakers and actors, reminding them of the power of authenticity and charm in storytelling. Doris Day played Georgia Garrett in Romance on the High Seas. In this role, she sang the lyric T for two in the song Put 'Em in a Box, Tie 'Em with a Ribbon. This song later inspired the title of her 1950 film T for Two. In Pillow Talk, Day portrayed Diane Morrow. Director Michael Gordon had plans for a sequel in 1980, set 20 years after the original. The story would focus on Brad and Diane's daughter, played by Christy McNichol, and her boyfriend, Gregory Harrison. The plot included Brad and Jan's divorce, allowing Jonathan to pursue Jan again. Jan would try to win Brad back while he schemed as well. Both Doris Day and Rock Hudson showed interest in returning for the sequel, but it never happened, partly due to Day's retirement from acting. In Please Don't Eat the Daisies, Day played Kate Robinson McKay. She and Janice Page both portrayed Babe Williams in The Pajama Game, with Page on Broadway and Day in the film adaptation. Doris Day lived a life rich in personal values and interests that shaped her work. Outside of her acting career, she was deeply passionate about animals, especially dogs. This love for animals led her to establish the Doris Day Animal Foundation, which supports animal welfare and rescue efforts. She believed in kindness and compassion, and these values often reflected in her film roles, where she portrayed strong, independent women. Day also had a love for music, which was evident in her successful singing career. Her songs often conveyed messages of love and hope, resonating with audiences. In addition to her work in film and music, she was an advocate for various social causes, including health and wellness. Day was a strong supporter of mental health awareness, sharing her own experiences to help others. Her philanthropic efforts extended to supporting organizations that promote animal rights and provide shelter for abandoned pets. Through her actions, she demonstrated a commitment to making the world a better place, both for people and animals. Her personal life was marked by resilience as she faced challenges with grace and determination. This strength influenced her performances, allowing her to connect deeply with her audience. Day's legacy is not just in her films, but also in the values she championed throughout her life. In the film Julie, Doris Day played the role of Julie Benton. Producer Martin Nelcher aimed to keep costs low for his projects. He struck a deal with Chrysler Motors for product placement, which led to a long-term partnership. As a result, many cars featured in the Doris Day Show were Chrysler models, a trend that continued in her later films until her retirement. In another film, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Doris Day's popularity in Britain was evident when she arrived at her London hotel for filming. Fans gathered outside, creating chaos as they shouted her name and sought autographs. The situation became so intense that she required a police escort to enter the hotel. The hotel management eventually asked her to leave due to the overwhelming crowd. During the pre-production of Julie, Doris Day experienced a car accident while being driven to an airport for airplane cockpit training. A teenage driver crashed into her vehicle, but fortunately, no one was injured. Day remained calm and unfazed by the incident. Doris Day left a remarkable legacy in the film industry, known for her charm, talent, and strong presence in both comedy and drama. Her ability to connect with audiences through her roles in classic films like Pillow Talk and Calamity Jane showcased her versatility. Day's impact extended beyond acting. She was also a successful singer, with hits that resonated with many. Her dedication to animal rights and philanthropy further highlighted her compassionate nature, making her a beloved figure. Looking to the future, aspiring professionals can learn from her commitment to authenticity and hard work. Day would likely encourage newcomers to stay true to themselves and pursue their passions with determination. She might advise them to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and to always strive for excellence in their craft. Building strong relationships within the industry and maintaining a positive attitude can also be key to success. Her journey serves as an inspiration for those who wish to make their mark in the entertainment world. In Young Man with a Horn, Doris Day played Joe Jordan. During the filming, Harry James, who was married to Betty Grable, showed interest in Day. He even asked his manager about his chances with her. This reflects the dynamics of Hollywood at the time, where personal relationships often intertwined with professional ones. Doris Day also starred as Calamity Jane, a role she often mentioned as one of her favorites among the 39 films she made in her two-decade career. This film allowed her to showcase her talent and charm, making it a memorable part of her legacy. In Move Over, Darling, Day portrayed Ellen Wagstaff Arden. During a scene with James Garner, he accidentally injured her by cracking two of her ribs. Garner did not realize she was hurt until the next day when he felt the bandage. This incident highlighted Day's dedication to her work as she continued to perform despite her injury. Her ability to handle challenges on set and her memorable roles have made her a significant figure in film history. Doris Day's journey in the entertainment industry is a remarkable tale of passion and innovation. Starting as a singer, she captivated audiences with her warm voice and charming presence. Transitioning to film, she became a beloved actress, known for her roles in romantic comedies that showcased her talent and charisma. Her ability to connect with viewers made her a household name, and her films often highlighted themes of love, friendship, and resilience. Throughout her career, Doris pushed boundaries taking on diverse roles that challenged the norms of her time. She was not just a star. She was a pioneer who paved the way for future generations of women in film. Her dedication to her craft and her unwavering spirit in the face of personal challenges inspired many. Even after her retirement, her legacy continued to influence the industry, reminding us of the power of creativity and perseverance. Doris Day's life serves as a testament to how passion can lead to lasting impact, encouraging us all to embrace our own creative journey. In Move Over, Darling, Doris Day plays Ellen Wagstaff Arden. In a memorable scene, she and Chuck Connors enjoy a playful moment on a South Seas island, reminiscent of a famous scene with Marilyn Monroe. While Monroe's scene featured her nude in a pool, Day's version is more modest, focusing on their chemistry among the coconut trees. This film showcases Day's charm and ability to convey romance without explicitness. Later, she co-owned the Cypress Inn in Carmel by the Sea, California, with her son Terry Melcher and a partner. The inn has a Mediterranean design and offers a cozy atmosphere, attracting visitors looking for a peaceful getaway. In Julie, Doris Day portrays Julie Benton. During the filming, she faced her fear of flying. This challenge added depth to her character and demonstrated her determination. Overcoming this fear was significant for her, as it allowed her to complete the project and grow personally. Doris Day played Kit Preston in the film Midnight Lace. Although she did not win an Academy Award, she received nominations for several honors as Best Actress in a Drama for her role, including a Golden Globe. This film showcased her talent in a more serious role compared to her usual light-hearted performances. In her television series The Doris Day Show, she portrayed Doris Martin. Her manager and third husband, Martin Melcher, was instrumental in creating the series. He received posthumous on-screen credit as the executive producer for the show's first season. Doris Day also co-starred with Elizabeth Fraser in 4 films. They appeared together in Young at Heart in 1954, The Tunnel of Love in 1958, The Glass Bottom Boat in 1966, and The Ballad of Josie in 1967. Their collaborations highlighted Day's versatility as an actress and her ability to work well with other talented performers. In Move Over, Darling, Doris Day plays Ellen Wagstaff Arden. The filmmakers aimed for the song she sings, Twinkle Lullaby, to match the popularity of her famous song Que Sera Sera. Sarah. While Twinkle Lullaby fit well in the movie, it did not receive much airplay when it was released as the flip side of the film's title song on a 45 RPM single. In Teacher's Pet, Doris Day portrays Erica Stone. She starred alongside Dig Young in 4 films, showcasing their strong on-screen chemistry. In 2005, Premiere magazine recognized her talent by ranking her as the 24th greatest movie star of all time in their Stars in Our Constellation feature. This acknowledgement reflects her lasting impact on the film industry and her popularity among audiences. Doris Day's work continues to be appreciated by fans and critics alike, highlighting her significant contributions to cinema. In Love Me or Leave Me, Doris Day portrays Ruth Etting, a character who faces criticism for her lifestyle choices. During the film, when Day sings Everybody Loves My Baby, Herb Alpert can be seen playing the trumpet in the band. Alpert, who later gained fame with his own group, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, had a brief acting career before his music success. After the film's release, Day received a flood of letters from fans who were upset with her role as a woman who smoked, drank, and wore revealing outfits. As a Christian Scientist, Day took these concerns seriously. She responded to each letter, explaining the need for realism in her performance and emphasizing the difference between her and her character. She believed that, as an actress, she had a duty to the public similar to that of a politician. In Lover Come Back, Day plays Carol Templeton, The young elevator operator in this film is portrayed by Ted Bassell, who later became known for his role as Donald in the sitcom That Girl. Bassell's character adds a light touch to the film, showcasing the comedic elements of Day's work. Day's ability to connect with her audience and her commitment to her craft made her a significant figure in Hollywood. In Julie, Doris Day plays Julie Benton, a role that features her smoking cigarettes, which is rare for her. While filming, she faced a health scare that led her to quit smoking on her doctor's advice. In Midnight Lace, Day portrays Kit Preston. Sir Rex Harrison, who worked with her, later expressed his dislike for the script. He inaccurately claimed that Day collapsed from the pressure of making the film. In reality, her breakdown stemmed from her intense method acting approach, not from the production itself. In Romance on the High Seas, Day takes on the role of Georgia Garrett. After her passing in May 2019, Janice Page became the last surviving cast member of this film, being just 5 months younger than Day. Throughout her career, Doris Day's dedication to her roles and her ability to connect with audiences made her a significant figure in Hollywood. Her legacy continues to influence actors and fans alike. In Young Man with a Horn, Doris Day played the role of Joe Jordan. This film marked the third collaboration between Day and director Michael Curtiz, who had discovered her in her first film, Romance on the High Seas. Day signed a 7-year contract with Curtiz, which Warner Brothers later bought out. Their other films together included My Dream Is Yours and I'll See You in My Dreams. Doris Day briefly dated Ronald Reagan after they worked together in Storm Warning and The Winning Team. At that time, Reagan was a Democrat, and Day encouraged him to use his speaking skills to tour the country. Her son, Terry Melcher, rented a house at 10,050 Cielo Drive in Bel Air, California. This house became infamous when Sharon Tate and her friends were murdered by the Charles Manson family. Manson had visited the house looking for Melcher, who had previously rejected him for a recording contract. After the murders, there was speculation that Manson wanted to send a message to Melcher, but police later dismissed this theory. Doris Day played Ruth Etting in the film Love Me or Leave Me. Many expected her performance to earn an Oscar nomination. However, she did not receive a nomination, losing out to Jennifer Jones, Katharine Hepburn, Eleanor Parker, and Susan Hayward. The Oscar went to Anamani Yenny for her role in The Rose Tattoo. In the film, Doris Day sang the Oscar-nominated song, I'll Never Stop Loving You. This ballad featured music by Nicholas Brodsky and lyrics by Sammy Chan. Doris performed it softly with just a piano in the background. When released as a single, Columbia Records added orchestral backing, My Percy Faith. The song reached number 15 on Billboard's list of top-selling singles. Doris Day also co-starred with Gordon MacRae in 5 films. They worked together in Tea for Two, The West Point Story, on Moonlight Bay, Starlift, and By the Light of the Silvery Moon. Their collaborations were well received and showcased their chemistry on screen. In Send Me No Flowers, Doris Day plays Judy. This film, like many of her projects in the 1960s, was co-produced by her husband and manager, Marty Melcher. Due to Melcher's deal with Chrysler Motors, the film features many Chrysler cars. In one scene, Day and Rock Hudson argue outside a country club, and nearly every car in the parking lot is a Chrysler. In Young Man with a Horn, Doris Day portrays Joe Jordan. The film's soundtrack, featuring Day and Harry James, reached the top of Billboard's popular albums chart. This success highlighted Day's talent, not just as an actress, but also as a singer. In The Man Who Knew Too Much, Doris Day plays Josephine Conway McKenna. Initially, the film was set to be produced by Paramount Pictures and a company owned by James Stewart, Day and Alfred Hitchcock. However, when production began, the company was Phil White Productions, co-owned by Hitchcock and Stewart. Day's absence from the final deal remains unclear, but it may relate to her husband Martin Melcher, who was not well liked in Hollywood. His management led to Day discovering she was nearly broke, which added to the complexity of her career during that time. Oscar Levant once joked about Doris Day, saying he knew her before she was a virgin, a line originally from Groucho Marx. Doris Day starred as Calamity Jane in the film of the same name. The movie featured a soundtrack with songs by Sammy Fain and Paul Francis Webster. A Columbia Records album included 4 songs from the film and 4 that Doris Day recorded separately. This original 10-inch LP was later released on CD in Britain by Prism Platinum. In 1995, J Records recreated the complete film score, adding 5 songs from a 1979 stage production. In her television series, The Doris Day Show, she played Doris Martin. For the show's theme music, she used Que Sera Sera, a song from her Alfred Hitchcock film, The Man Who Knew Too Much. This song became one of her best-selling recordings and reflected her outlook on life. Doris Day's work in film and music left a lasting impact on popular culture. In Love Me or Leave Me, Doris Day played the role of Ruth Etting, a character central to the film's plot. This marked a unique moment in film history, as James Cagney, a major star, accepted second billing for the first time. He believed that Day's character was more important to the story. Doris Day's journey to this role was not straightforward. Initially, she wanted to be a professional dancer, but a serious car accident changed her path. After being hit by a train while a passenger, she faced a long recovery. During this time, she discovered her talent for singing, which led her to a successful career in music and film. In Calamity Jane, Day took on another strong female role. The film was created after Warner Brothers studio head Jack Warner tried to acquire the rights to Annie Get Your Gun for her. When that did not work out, he chose to make Calamity Jane instead, drawing inspiration from another famous woman of the Old West. He also cast Howard Keel, who had starred in Annie Get Your Gun. Interestingly, Warner would eventually gain the rights to Annie Get Your Gun years later, after a merger that brought many classic films under one roof. Her mother named her after Doris Kenyon, a silent film star she admired. In a twist of fate, Doris Day found herself living next to Kenyon in the mid-70s on Crescent Drive in Beverly Hills. Day starred as Ellen Wagstaff Arden in the film Move Over, Darling. This was one of 2 films she made in 1963 with James Garner, the other being The Thrill of It All. Both films were very successful, making Day the top box office star of that year. In another notable role, Day played Josephine Conway McKenna in The Man Who Knew Too Much. In this film, she acted alongside child actor Christopher Olsen, who also played her son in I'll See You in My Dreams from 1951. Day's career included many memorable performances, showcasing her talent and charm. Her films often drew large audiences, and she became a beloved figure in Hollywood. Day's legacy continues to influence the film industry and entertain fans around the world. In The Doris Day Show, Doris Day played the character Doris Martin. Throughout the series, she invited many people she had worked with during her film career to appear as guests. Notable co-stars included Jackie Joseph, Mary Wickers, Billy DeWolf, and Ellen Corby. She also had the chance to work with people she admired, such as Rosemary, Peter Lawford, Van Johnson, Tony Bennett, and Lou Ayres. In Romance on the High Seas, Doris Day portrayed Georgia Garrett. In her autobiography, she shared a story about her screen test for the film. During the test, she sang A Rainy Night in Rio. The director, Michael Curtiz, initially wanted her to perform in a lively style similar to Betty Hutton. However, Doris asked to sing the song in her own calm way, which reflected her true style. Doris Day was recognized as the top box office star for 3 consecutive years, from 1962 to 1964. This title was awarded by the Motion Picture Herald, based on a poll of movie exhibitors. The poll measured the drawing power of stars at the box office, showing her popularity during that time. Doris Day played Ellen Wagstaff Arden in Move Over, Darling, alongside James Garner. In 1963, they appeared in 2 films together. In both movies, a convertible ends up filled with water. In the thrill of it all, the car is driven into a swimming pool. In Move Over, Darling, the car goes through a car wash with the top down, creating a humorous scene. As Doris Martin in the Doris Day Show, she found success during a time when many rural sitcoms were popular. Shows like Petticoat Junction and the Beverly Hillbillies dominated the airwaves. However, the landscape changed with the arrival of the Mary Tyler Moore Show and All in the Family. CBS decided to cancel many of its rural shows. Doris Day made a smart choice to move her character from a farm to San Francisco in the 2nd season. This decision helped the show survive the network's shift to more urban themes. In Romance on the High Seas, Doris Day portrayed Georgia Garrett. This film marked her first appearance at the Academy Awards, where she sang the popular song It's Magic in 1949. The performance was broadcast on the radio. Although It's Magic was well received, the Best Song award that year went to Buttons and Bows from the film Paleface. Doris Day played Julie Benton in the film Julie, which was the 2nd movie produced by Arwen Productions, a company owned by Day and her husband, Martin Melcher. This film marked Melcher's first role as a producer. In another notable role, Day starred as Georgia Garrett in Romance on the High Seas. Her original 7-year contract was not with Warner Brothers, but with the film's director, Michael Curtiz. As Day's career grew, Curtiz sold her contract to Warner Brothers after they made him a better offer. By the time her contract ended in early 1955, Day had appeared in 17 films and was frequently listed in the Quigley Publications' annual Top Box Office Stars poll. Additionally, she is referenced in the 1970 song Dig It by the Beatles, highlighting her influence in popular culture. Day's work in film and her impact on the industry remains significant. In Pillow Talk, Doris Day played Jan Morrow. A notable scene occurs when Jonathan, played by Tony Randall, is slapped by Jan in a diner. Following this, a truck driver, portrayed by John Indrisano, punches Jonathan in the jaw. Randall later shared that he and Indrisano practiced the punch multiple times, with Indrisano assuring him he would not be hit. However, during the actual take, Indrisano misjudged the distance and struck Randall, knocking him unconscious. In Romance on the High Seas, Doris Day starred as Georgia Garrett. After her performance, Warner Brothers offered her a 7-year contract. The studio's publicity team mistakenly thought Day's real age of 26 was too old for a screen debut. They claimed her birth year was 1924 instead of 1922. This error was repeated so often that it became widely accepted until her original birth certificate was found shortly before her death in 2019. Many obituaries listed her age as 95 instead of 97. Doris Day was also the last surviving cast member of Young at Heart, a film released in 1954. Doris Day played Georgia Garrett in Romance on the High Seas. She stepped into this role after Betty Hutton had to leave due to an unplanned pregnancy. Hutton was supposed to be the star, but Doris made her film debut in this part. Because it was her first movie, she was billed fourth and earned a much lower salary of $500 a week. In Midnight Lace, Doris portrayed Kit Preston. The film's characters, played by Doris and Rex Harrison, were from a higher social class than those in the original play by Janet Green. In the play, Rex's character was a garage owner, while in the film, he was a banker. Doris's character was an ordinary middle-class housewife living in a suburban home. Doris Day and Vera Ellen both attended the same ballroom dance studio in Cincinnati as children. Their parents would carpool together to take them to dance lessons. This early connection in their lives highlights the shared beginnings of two talented actresses. After the release of Pillow Talk, Ross Hunter faced challenges in getting theaters to book the film. At that time, Popular movie genres included war films, westerns, and large spectacles. Many theater managers believed that sophisticated comedies were no longer in demand, and that stars like Doris Day and Rock Hudson had lost their appeal. Despite this, Hunter managed to convince Sol Schwartz, the owner of the Palace Theater in New York, to give the film a 2-week run. The film became a huge success, showing that audiences were eager for romantic comedies. Theater owners who had previously rejected Hunter now had to negotiate with him on his terms. In June 2008, Doris Day was actively managing the Doris Day Animal League in Carmel, California. This organization focuses on finding homes for pets and ensuring they receive proper care. In that touch of mink, Cary Grant had an interesting experience while trying to get a raincoat for Doris Day's character. He saw an ad for a coat he thought would be perfect for her. When he contacted the manufacturer, Norman Zyler, he was not believed to be Grant. Zyler told him he would have to come in person to see the collection. Grant did just that, showcasing his dedication to the project. Doris Day's role as Julie Benton in the film. Julie reflects her own life experiences. Her on-screen relationship with Louis Jourdan mirrors her real-life marriage to trombonist Al Jordan, who was abusive. Day shared in her memoirs that Jordan often berated her and sometimes physically harmed her, even during her pregnancy with their son, Terry Melcher. In Love Me or Leave Me, Day portrayed Ruth Edding, a character based on a real singer. James Cagney, who starred alongside her, recognized her talent and was disappointed when the Academy did not nominate her for an Oscar. Many consider this film to be Day's best dramatic performance, a view shared by Alfred Hitchcock, who later cast her in The Man Who Knew Too Much. In the Doris Day Show, Day revealed in her autobiography that she felt she was just fulfilling a contract during the first season. She was grieving the loss of her husband, Martin Nelcher, and was shocked to learn that he and his lawyer had mismanaged her finances, leaving her nearly broke after her long film career. Soon after arriving in Hollywood, Doris Day received a call from Jack Carson, who asked her to star in Romance on the High Seas. She thought it was a prank and hung up. Later, Carson showed up at her door to repeat his request, which surprised and embarrassed her. In Midnight Lace, Doris Day played Kit Preston. This film shares many similarities with Alfred Hitchcock's Dial M for Murder, released 6 years earlier. Both films center around a telephone and feature a husband named Tony. They are set in London and include actors John Williams and Anthony Dawson. Williams plays an inspector in both films. The films are also based on successful stage plays. The cast of Midnight Lace includes several actors who worked with Hitchcock, such as Doris Day, John Williams, and John Gavin. Both films feature orchestras conducted by composers involved in the music. Doris Day and Janice Page crossed paths 3 times in their careers. Their first meeting was in Romance on the High Seas. The second time was in 1957, when Day replaced Page in the film adaptation of The Pajama Game. The third time was in 1960, when they co-starred in Please Don't Eat the Daisies, with Day as the wife of a theater critic and Page as a rival actress. Doris Day played pregnant characters in several films, including Storm Warning Young at Heart, The Tunnel of Love, and Lover Come Back. In Lover Come Back, she uniquely portrayed the experience of being in labor. In Pillow Talk, she starred as Jan Morrow, a role that showcased her comedic talent. The film Down with Love, released in 2003, pays tribute to the sex comedies of the late 1950s and early 1960s, particularly the films she made with Rock Hudson and Tony Randall. This includes Lover Come Back and Send Me No Flowers, with Randall making a cameo in Down with Love. Doris Day also starred as Ellen Wagstaff Arden in Move Over, Darling, alongside James Garner and Elliot Reed. They all appeared together in The Thrill of It All, which further highlighted her ability to blend comedy and romance. Her work in these films reflects her significant impact on the genre during that era. Smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day until about 1951. This habit was part of her life before she became a major star. Doris Day played the character Doris Martin in the Doris Day Show, which debuted on CBS in September 1968. Critics noted that she was once again portraying a widow, leading to jokes about the fate of her on-screen husbands. Some critics even suggested there was something suspicious about their deaths. In addition to her television work, Doris Day starred as Josephine Conway McKenna in The Man Who Knew Too Much. This film featured a strong cast, including 2 Oscar winners, James Stewart and Bernard Herrmann, along with 3 Oscar nominees Doris Day, Carolyn Jones, and Sir Alfred Hitchcock Polka. Her performances in both television and film showcased her talent and versatility as an actress. Day's career spanned decades, making her a beloved figure in American entertainment. In Midnight Lace, Doris Day played Kit Preston. Myrna Loy recalled a scene where Day became very emotional on a staircase after receiving taunting phone calls. When the director, David Miller, called cut, Day was still crying and needed help to reach her dressing room. This shows her dedication to her role and ability to convey deep feelings. In That Touch of Mink, Doris Day portrayed Kathy Timberlake. An article from the New York Times mentioned that doubles for Day and Cary Grant were used during location shooting in Bermuda. The production team carefully matched their outfits to ensure consistency with what they wore on set. In Pillow Talk, Doris Day was Jan Morrow. When Tony Walters returned home from Harvard, his mother asked him to drive Jan into Manhattan, suggesting she cancel her cab. The Walters lived in Scarsdale, which is about 30 miles from the city. This would have made for an expensive cab ride. Fortunately, Tony agreed to drive her, but it was bold of his mother to put him in that position right after his long trip. In Lover Come Back, Doris Day played the role of Carol Templeton. After the death of Donna Douglas in 2015, Doris Day became the longest living member of the cast until her own passing in 2019, marking 58 years since the film's release. In Calamity Jane, she portrayed the title character and recorded the song Secret Love in just one take, showcasing her talent. Day's performance as Calamity Jane was lively and memorable. She wore a buckskin outfit and brought a tomboyish charm to the role. This film was often mentioned by Day as her personal favorite among the 39 films she made during her 20-year career in Hollywood. Her work in these films left a lasting impact on audiences and showcased her versatility as an actress and singer. Day's contributions to film and music continue to be celebrated by fans around the world. While making the film Julie, Doris Day played the role of Julie Benton. During the shoot, she often told her husband, Martin Melcher, that she felt unwell and needed a break. Melcher, who was producing his first film, urged her to stick to her Christian Science beliefs and trust that her health issues would resolve themselves. After filming wrapped, Day visited her doctor in Beverly Hills and learned she had a large ovarian tumor, which led to a hysterectomy. In Love Me or Leave Me, Day portrayed Ruth Edding. Many expected her to receive a Best Actress Oscar nomination for this role. Instead, James Cagney earned his third Best Actor nomination, and Day was overlooked entirely. She would later be nominated for Best Actress for her role in Pillow Talk in 1959, which was the only time she received an Academy Award nomination. In the Doris Day Show, Day played Doris Martin. Denver Pyle, who portrayed her father, was only 2 years older than her. This casting choice highlighted the unique dynamics of the show and added an interesting layer to their on-screen relationship. Doris Day's work and legacy in film and music continue to resonate with audiences today. Known for her bright smile and warm voice, she starred in many classic films that showcased her talent and charm. Movies like Pillow Talk and Calamity Jane highlighted her ability to blend comedy with heartfelt moments. Her performances often portrayed strong, independent women, making her a role model for many. Beyond acting, her singing career brought joy to countless fans, with hits like Koy Sarah becoming timeless anthems. Day's influence extended beyond entertainment. She was also an animal rights activist, dedicating her later years to advocating for animal welfare. This passion showed her caring nature and commitment to making the world a better place. As we reflect on her contributions, we invite you to share your thoughts on Doris Day's impact in the comments. What are your favorite memories of her work? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content celebrating the creative spirits shaping entertainment.